Hello everyone, it's Darkfire07. Today we are playing mashup between Devoted Druid combo and Aerith combo. The sweet thing is that both combos use Walking Ballista as their combo piece, and Agatha Soul Cauldron is pretty good in both of these builds. So it makes a lot of sense to go with the Devoted Druid Aerith combo, have two ways to combo on both combos actually combo on turn 3. So with the gemstone caverns it can happen even sooner than that, but it's a very fast combo that very efficiently kills your opponent with Walking Ballista, so there is not even too much clicking with when doing Devoted Druid and Walking Ballista combos with Aerith. Okay, so that is some very simple things going on here which make a lot of sense to me. But let's see it. Let's see what else is here. So we have Delighted Halfling and the Willow Geist. If you didn't see my previous Aerith combo video, make sure you see that one. It has a lot of similar pieces, and this is kind of a variation of a build which we still have a Willow Geist combo with Young Wolf and the Strangleroot Geist with Cauldron and the Ballista. It puts infinite counters on Willow Geist, and then if Willow Geist just pings your opponent down to that. Okay, also with Dredger's Insight, which is a key piece to this build. Combos with Aerith helps Aerith grow, combos with Young Wolf, Strangleroot Geist, and helping you gain infinite life can be relevant in a lot of matches nowadays. Okay, so especially when you're playing against a Zoo or against PROWESS or against Burn or even against Energy, like there's no way Energy can beat infinite life. So there's that lot of matchups where that is actually good. So Dredger's Insight is a key piece in this build as well, is synergizing with everything basically in the deck. So also Dredger's Insight help us find so many key pieces. We have a combo piece which is tutorable with Zenith here, a Duskwatch Recruiter, which we can find when we have Devoted Druid Vizier combo, which then finds us Walking Ballista for a kill on the same turn. In addition to Green Sun Zenith, I'm playing Eldrami's Calls, just two of them because the 2 mana slot is too crowded in this deck to play more than that. Okay, so I'm okay with playing more 1 mana spells in this deck, or more 3 mana maybe, but like the 2 mana slot is too crowded. I don't want any more like Eldramis or anything else 2 mana costing here. I would be mostly prone to adding more 1 mana cards if anything, so that's it. Sylvan Safekeeper still protects both combos here. Everything is so synergistic, everything works so well together, and similar like in Abzan video, there are so many ways to kill your opponent with this build. In the sideboard, I got some Sun Cleansers because they were very important against Wrath of the Skies deck, and Wrath of the Skies seems to be popular again. Okay, so portable holes get rid of most hate pieces and creatures like Frog and energy stuff. Crystal Barricade, great against energy, prevents their red-based removals. Also, you can play like Burton Forge Tender in that slot if you prefer that. Okay, we have Skyclad Apparition, good tutorable piece, Force of Figures, Endurance, Outland Liberator, Galactic Scavenging Ooze as Green Sun Zenith targets, and 2 Waxing Bubbles, mostly for Living End and Neoform. Okay, so that is it. We can now go to the gameplay. Before that, I want to remind you of my Decktionary profile. With these 2 Zoo tiers, you can get subscription in base tier to these 9 guides, including the new Cecil Zoo, Chocobo Zoo guides, Oboshket Ramos, Dimir Frog, and other zoo guides here as well. In the Zoo tier, there are these 3 Zoo guides, including Tifa, Fable, and Frog Zoo, and of course Eldrazi tier, completely separate from the Zoo content, with 4 guides for 4 different versions of Eldrazi aggro. Great deck at the moment. Okay, so that is it. Before we go, now we can go to the gameplay and see how the leagues went and how did this combo feel. Okay, so this is 7. Too many lands here, so I decided to mulligan down to 6, and I'm keeping a decent 6 here. starting off with Green Sun Zenith getting me Dryad Arbor here. Okay, so we are playing in match 1 against I think this was creativity. I decided to go for Aerith, not the greatest play, but it is what it is. I didn't have much in this hand, so I decided to go with Aerith and potentially start attacking with it turn 3, making it larger. Okay, opponent plays Wrenn 6 and passes the turn. Let's see. So next I go for Dredger's Insight. I grow my Aerith a bit. I put Walking Ballista in the yard. That is important if I find Agatha Soul Cauldron, of course. And so I kill their Wrenn 6 and grow my Aerith up to 4/4. Now at this point only missing Agatha Soul Cauldron to combo with Aerith. I can also go for a Surveil end of turn. Let's see what opponent does. They went for Prismatic Ending, unfortunately, and paid 1 mana too low. Okay, sorry, in this version I also had one Renegade Relier, which I later replaced for another land. But at this point I wanted to have one piece of 3-drop, which I can tutor with Zenith. I didn't find it very necessary, so yeah, I switched to and playing another land in this build. As you can see, I was often missing a land, so I wanted a land here. We can see Mule to 5, but it's a good hand. Sorry, it was a Mule to 6 actually. Okay, so 2 Cauldrons. I'm only missing Ballista for a turn 3 combo at this point. Let's see what opponent does. Opponent goes for Wrenn 6, passes the turn. And I go for a Surveil here, digging for Ballista, but keeping another Aerith on top in case they kill my first one. Okay, so opponent goes for Fable. I have Agatha in case they are playing a Persist. I have Agatha to remove their land from the graveyard as well. Okay, so I go for Aerith in this situation, just play it as attacker or blocker. At this point, hoping to hit that, maybe it was better to just go for Dredger's Insight. I think this was maybe pretty bad. Just playing Aerith here to trade with Fable. I should have went for Dredger's Insight just to... that was definitely better. Should have went for Dredger's Insight and just dig for Walking Ballista. Okay, opponent just Prismatic Endings and my Cauldron. So I go for Dredger's Insight and I did not find Ballista yet. I have Devoted Druid in the grave, so I decide to go for Devoted Druid. And I play my Agatha Soul Cauldron and pass a turn. They have Reprieve, so they're probably now set for going for the creativity. But they don't have creativity yet. Just Volakut Awakening, giving me another turn. Try to for combo or recover. Opponent goes for a Dwarf token and pass a turn. Okay, so here I have limited choices really, but yeah, I decided to go for a Skyclave Apparition, present another blocker, hoping they maybe didn't find creativity yet. But yeah, here it is. They go for creativity, finding 2 Archons, and yeah, that's too much Archons. They can even go for a hasty one. Okay, so that was a quick win for opponent. And let's check out game 3. Okay, so I don't really need much in that cyber cards in this matchup. Okay, so I go keep a 1-lander, but I have a Zenith. So I decided to risk it a bit, keep Zenith. My opponent didn't have a removal, and I also find a land from the top, so I play my Devoted Druid, attack with Dryad Arbor. Okay, I have a Vizier of Remedies in my hand, so this is a potential very quick kill. I go for Vizier, and if they don't have anything, I can attack for with a very big layer of the Hydra. And they take my Devoted Druid in response, so I play another Devoted Druid so I can go for combo again next turn and play Strangleroot Geist and just attack them down to 13. Okay, opponent is in difficult situation right now, they have to present a blocker and the Fable is probably best they can do right now. So I have infinite mana and I can make my layer of the Hydra big enough to attack them, and I have a lot of mana to play more Devoted Druid. And now I only need to make enough mana to have a lethal attacker here with a layer of the Hydra. So my opponent has to block a layer and everything else goes through. They go down to 6 and now it's the turn when they can play creativity, and they discard their Archon. But even if they find Archon, it's still going to be hard for them because I have infinitely big layer of the Hydra here attacking. So this turn my opponent just Prismatic Endings my layer, and I go for I take a lot of mana here with layer of Hydra, forcing my opponent to block the layer, and everything else goes through. So when they block a layer, I still go in for 5 damage, which is a lot. And now my opponent goes for creativity, finds Archon, but that is not enough for them to survive. I have a bunch of attackers here. So I make my layer of the Hydra a creature, a 3/3 creature, and I attack with everything. I have excessive damage at this point, and that is the win against creativity. Let's check out another one. So let's go to match 2. We are playing against Eldrazi. I think Eldrazi is a perfect matchup for this deck. This deck can win very quickly, a lot of hands, and they don't have much interaction and removal for our combo. So I go turn 1, find Dread Arbor, opponent has Kozilek command here, exiled my Arbor, that's okay. So now I have the combo in hand, I play Agatha Soul Cauldron, pass a turn, next turn I can just, if I draw a land, I can play Aerith, Ballista, and just win. Let's see what opponent does. They have Agatha Soul Cauldron, they have, sorry, Totnot Seer, but they were either risking here, counting on me not drawing a land for a turn, or they did not know what this combo does. So opponent ends up not taking Aerith from my hand, but instead they I didn't draw a land for a turn, so I didn't have a kill this turn. But I find a Delighted Halfling, and I have Aerith in my hand. So if they don't have a plan for Aerith, it's just a very easy kill here. Okay, opponent actually has a thing, and they double kick her. The Wayscape Battle Mage bounces my Halfling and kills my Cauldron. That was pretty good. Brutal actually for my opponent. And yeah, so now they were in a pretty good situation. They go for double if that heralds the end, attack me down to 2 life, and I can't survive next turn. They have too much damage, so that's it. Opponent risked a bit. They risked a bit and it paid off. I did not draw a land to kill them that turn with Aerith. Okay, so yeah, it seems like I messed something up with choosing videos, choosing games for video, but it doesn't matter. I think I selected a wrong video. I think these matches are not all from the same league. It seems to me like that when I'm now going through this, but oh, it's okay. So it doesn't matter that much. We are just going to go through that anyway. So I go for a Devoted Druid, and I have Layer of the Hydra on the field. So this means Vizier from the top is, I have both Kill with Lair and Walking Ballista, and here it is. Sometimes you just top deck that guy from the top and just win, as in this situation. I have a turn 3 kill, find infinite mana with Devoted Druid. As you can see here, I go for 40 mana, play Ballista and ping them down to that. That's it. Okay, we are ready now to go for game 2. Let's see what happens here. I have combo again. We can see Devoted Druid there and Vizier, and I have a Walking Ballista, so all needed pieces. Only thing I need is a white land, so let's see if we can find it. Third Vizier, okay, we definitely don't need 3, but that's fine. Opponent had a slower hand here, and I have Dredgers inside for next turn, so even if I don't draw a land for a turn, I can dig for it with Dredgers inside. Okay, opponent 3 mana here. They go for Eldrazi Linebreaker, and I have like a free turn to kill them. Okay, so Dredger's inside digging 4 cards, but in the end doesn't find me the thing I need. So what I did, I took another Devoted Druid, so I have 2 Druids on the field, 3 Viziers in the hand, so it's only a matter of time when I draw that white land. And here it is, opponent has 4 mana, they can play Totnot or Causeless Command, but it won't help them, and I finally find that white mana, so I can go off. 2 Devoted Druids on the field, so they can't do much to stop the combo. I go for infinite mana, they go for Causeless Command. In response, I just do the infinite mana. We go up to 40, and then just cast Ballista. And win the game. So that was another match. Let's check out match 3. As I said, I think I'm actually messed up, and the first match was from the other league, but I accidentally started at the wrong place. My fault, but I don't think that matters much. We will just go through one more match after this and then be done with it, okay? I think the games were fun, and a lot of presenting of both combos, both Aerith and Druid combos. They are both very similar, efficient, and they both work well with the same cards, so I think that's pretty nice. Okay, so I'm hoping my Halfling survives here, but it doesn't. Luckily, I find another land from the top, and I go for Dredger's Insight. Dredger's Insight also really helps you finding more lands you need. I find my third land here and pass a turn. So next turn I can go Zenith for a Devoted Druid, of course. Opponent starts their turn with Thoughtseize, taking another Vizier, so yeah, definitely lacking Viziers at the moment. I only have just one more Vizier in my deck, so it's questionable if I want to go for Druid or not. Okay, so I go for Zenith X2, opponent has Counterspell, and yeah, I pass a turn. Opponent 3 cards at the moment. Maybe I will be able to just win a fair game this one. Okay, I go for another Zenith, and yeah, there it is, another Counterspell. I play my Lair of the Hydra and pass a turn. Okay, so here is another Devoted Druid from hand, so I'd go for a Dredger's Insight this time, and I return Willow Geist. Willow Geist can win some fair games by growing large using Agatha Soul Cauldron and more Dredger's Insight. Opponent here has another Spell Snare and a Thought Scour, so that gets countered as well. Okay, here they find Psychic Frog finally, and I have Duskwatch Recruiter, so what I can do here is just use the Duskwatch Recruiter ability to find more creatures. I only find Dryad Arbor, but yeah, that's something. Opponent attacks without getting flying. I decide to let that damage through. They find another frog, and yeah, that is a problem now. That is the problem. So I go for a Duskwatch Recruiter ability here. I find a Vizier. So unfortunately, my devoted two of my druids are already in the graveyard, and I can't go for Zenith this turn. Already two of my Zeniths got countered, but I can maybe go for it next turn. Unfortunately, by then opponent will be drawing a few more cards. Okay, opponent finds Fatal Push for a Recruiter as well, and now they play a big Murktide, which means next turn will be lethal for them, and I can now finally resolve my Green Sun Zenith, find Devoted Druid, but it is too late. It is too late, and yeah, they will just have a kill by exiling all their graveyard to the frog. So yeah, that's too late in this game, so I didn't win this one. Okay, so I also had a pretty good score playing this build overall. Pretty nice score. I think I did 2 4-1 leagues, 1 3-2 league, and 1 0-1 or 0-2 drop. Overall, it was a decent overall record with the deck, and the deck felt very efficient in killing the opponent, and plenty of ways to combo, and they all felt great. Okay, so let's check out in game 2. I'm keeping Halfling Dredger's Insight to dig for combo, and Halfling is pretty good against them. And here I go for Dredger's Insight. Dredger's Insight is really good in this deck. In this situation here, it finds me, I think, Devoted Druid probably. So only missing Vizier at this point to have a full combo in deck. I can play both Walking Ballista and Devoted Druid this turn. My opponent has a Spell Snare. I decide not to play Ballista this turn, but instead just go for a Surveil. And yeah, my opponent unearths Harbinger of the Seas in play, and yeah, I'm in a problem now. Luckily I have this Ballista, but yeah. Without Ballista, it would be pretty hard, and now opponent also puts a Murktide Regent on the field. That is another problem. Okay, so I think I can grow my Ballista here, then kill the Harbinger, and then I can fetch for basic. I can fetch for basic Forest and play Dredger's Insight, try to gain some life. I bring back Aerith from the graveyard, gain 2 life, pass a turn, so hoping to find Agatha Soul Cauldron to have a combo. Opponent attacks me down to 7. I have Halfling to play my Aerith. Then I can also play Endurance to chump Murktide for a turn, and I can potentially start gaining some life with Aerith as well. It seems not great, but a decent position. Okay, opponent goes for Thoughtscour, and yeah. Then they go for Thoughtseize. In response, I play Endurance, hoping to chump their Murktide with Endurance. But opponent has a counterspell, so they counterspell my Endurance and go in for 7. They still need 2 attacks there, so it's looking decent for me. I can make my Lair of Hydra a creature to attack or grow my Ballista. Maybe it was better to make, it was more damage to make a Lair of Hydra creature. Maybe that was a fail, but I gain some life here. I go up to 10. And that was pretty solid, but unfortunately my opponent has another Murktide in hand, which grows Murktide exactly to 10-10, and I lose this game. It was a close one, but I think probably Dimir not among greatest matchups. Let's check out I think maybe this video has another game in it. Okay, we can go through that. Playing a second and starting off with Halfling. I can go turn to Druid. I have Zenith to also go for Recruiter if I find Vizier for my Druid. Okay, so I go for Druid and attack for 1. This time I'm playing against a Titan. Opponent has 2 amulets, but yeah, that's not... this time I am the quicker combo. So I play Vizier and I find Duskwatch Recruiter. Duskwatch Recruiter now finds me Ballista, and I play a big Ballista for a win. Opponent concedes, so that is game 1 against Amulet. This time I was much quicker. Classic turn 3 win. Okay, so but the sweet thing is that you can win on turn 3 also by Aerith and Devoted Druid, and both combos basically need like a Ballista for a combo. So I think it's very synergistic to play these 2 combos in the same deck. Okay, opponent goes for Explore and passes the turn. I have... I obviously have Portable Hole to take their amulet here, but I wanted to try to win comboing next turn. And I also find Walking Ballista. I already had Walking Recruiter for combo here, but yeah, I go for Eldrami's Call. I find Vizier, untap my Devoted Druid. My opponent has Dismember, so it kills my Devoted Druid. I can't kill them this turn, so now potentially I'm in a big trouble if they can cast Titan. Okay, so yeah, just 5 mana here, and the opponent finds Escape Shift. I think that will probably be enough for their win. They go for Tolaria, Primeval Titan, give it haste, find lands that... okay, they only find Otawara actually here. But yeah, this is bad news for me anyway, so... I can't really do much here, and yeah, that's it. What I want here in this matchup are mostly like Force of Figures, and Endurance can be decent as well against their analyst game plan. Okay, so I have a turn 3 kill plus Force of Figure. I don't think it gets much better than this hand. It's a perfect hand, so definite keep. I can also Surveil on a turn 1. This is perfect. Okay, opponent plays a land. Passes a turn, I Surveil another land to the yard, I play my Agatha Soul Cauldron. I can't force this Earth Saga, but yeah, that's okay. And now, opponent has Boseiju on my upkeep, so prevents my combo, that's fine. And I get to hardcast the Witch Enchanter, kill Urza Saga. That was so good. Opponent plays a tapped Mirror Pool. This gives me a bunch of time to play my pieces, which can attack now for damage, and also just a single Vizier can win me the game here. Also have Force of Vigor. Unfortunately, opponent has Fire Magic, and I would get... this was so unfortunate. I would get combo kill next turn. I had Agatha Soul Cauldron on top, but yeah, opponent had Fire Magic at a good time. Okay, now they play Spelunking and Gruul Turf, and yeah, again Boseijus. Again Boseijus my Cauldron. Now I have a Force of Vigor, kill both Spelunking and Amulet, plus attack them down to 3, so now the fair game begins. My opponent still can't cast Titan, and I have another Ballista in my hand, which I can cast for X3, that is pretty solid, and attack them down to 12. So now my opponent untaps, and played Beast Within on their land, kind of a desperate move to kill one of my ballistas, but they just killed their land and I killed their blocker for next turn anyway. Okay, opponent goes Urza Cave, finds Urza Saga, and now I have a Dredger's Insight. Dredger's Insight finds me another Walking Ballista, I think, or maybe just a layer of the Hydra. Okay, I go for the layer. A layer can attack for a lot of damage next turn. So I went for that, and I think I have lethal on board. Yeah, I can make a layer a pretty big creature here. It's 5 damage. So opponent goes for attack. They can make a blocker with construct, but I can just easily kill construct with Walking Ballista, put them down on 2, and finish off by pinging with Ballista. So that was match 4. So we can, I think I will have to go now. I have some, I wanted to record all 5 matches, but this time we'll have to stop after 4. I have some important things I have to hurry to. I won't be able to go through another match, but I think we saw enough. There were 4 matches, some of them I won. One loss, very close loss against Dimir. And we saw the wins with Devoted Druid combo, we saw the wins with Aerith combo, and we saw the deck can play fair game, and there are just so many, such a good chances to combo off on turn 3. I think this version of a deck is much better than the old versions of Devoted Druid combo where they didn't have Aerith. I think Aerith is a huge upgrade. And after a lot of testing of Aerith in various builds, this is definitely one of the builds where Aerith feels right at home. So Dredger's Insight is so good with it. Strangleroot Geist, Young Wolf combo with Ballista works great with it, with Willow Geist combos as well. I really liked the Abzan version. I think Abzan version is the more mid-rangey one. It has a better fair game plan. But this one is just faster. It has more ways to win early, and all these ways are very efficient. They only require 2 cards plus Ballista, and it works so well. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you for watching. I'm very excited about this new version of Devoted Druid. I think Aerith plus Devoted Druid is a perfect match. And it may not be like the new tier 1 deck, but I think it's definitely out there on the level with the similar creature combo decks like Samwise combo or Yawgmoth. They are not well positioned at the moment, and they're not well positioned against energy, which has so many removals. But I found that these, especially the Abzan version, is so it has a positive Boros energy matchup, which is a big deal for a creature combo deck like that. They usually have a pretty bad matchup against Boros, and I think this has a slightly worse than Boros, but still than Abzan. But still, I think it's the Boros matchup is doable, since it just always surprises your opponent. They can never, if you play turn 2 Cauldron, they can never tap out, and they always have to hold some removal, whole piece of interaction. You're always threatening to turn 3 kill them, and Devoted Druid is kill on sight. Yeah, it's not easy to play against this deck, even with the amount of removal that Boros Energy has. It's still, I think, this 2 decks, both Devoted Druid and Abzan version from the other day, have a strong matchup against aggro decks. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for watching. Hope you like the deck. Hope you like the gameplay. Friendly reminder to click like, click subscribe, comment down below. I want to hear your thoughts. Do you prefer Abzan or Devoted Druid with Aerith? These are my two at the moment builds with Dredger's Insight and Aerith. And I think Dredger's Insight feels very good at Aerith. I think this is the way I want to take this archetype forward, using these 2 cards in the same deck. Pretty happy with this build. I think it can be worked on more, and I'm pretty happy, but I'm pretty happy with this setup at the moment. 22 lands proves to be the sweet spot, I think, for this build. With the Dryad Arbor and all layers. Layers were so great. Okay, so again, that's all for today. Thank you for watching and goodbye.